Generic greetings and welcome to Construction plus Prison-Arcitect plus Alpha 13 episode 7. In the previous episode we generally got a few things polished off. We knocked through the Visitation, so we have one massive Visitation which I will be altering this episode. We also got some paths put in, we finished off this cell block, we got the yard altered slightly. We also began to put the solitary doors in the solitary so it's actually, well, secure. We a couple of other changes as well, just generally progressing on with the plan. This episode will be to fix the Visitation, hopefully, and expand the laundry, which I might as well actually do now. Let me just go to Objects and to Laundry Machine, put a laundry machine in, and then we'll also be building one of these areas here, this other cell block, so cell block C, I guess you could call it, as well as start thinking about CCTV. I don't know whether I'm going to put it in yet, but definitely going to put it in at some point, but just don't know when. Anyway, Visitation. I'm going to dismantle all of these visitor tables because they are sort of in the wrong position. The current position is not ideal, and I have messed about trying to figure out exactly where to put things, but there doesn't really seem to be an ideal place to put anything. So I'm not really too sure where we're going to go with that. Also, I need to probably put some sort of door in the kitchen. Currently, the original plan was to have a path that goes all the way through the centre, which would allow us access to the storage and the deliveries respectively, so we could go back and forth between the two. However, not exactly the plan now, because the workshop then got split into one big area, which sort of muddled that plan up straight away, and I didn't really realise until we were already halfway through, and then we've made Visitation like it is, and then we've got storage stuck in the centre, which means that the cooks have to go through the storage and then through the workshop in order to get to the deliveries, which isn't fantastic. So I think put some doors in either side of the kitchen is probably best. Let me go to staff door and put in one at the top and the bottom, which isn't a real problem because we don't really have a safety issue. Obviously, we've got doors on it, and we've also got a staff only, so not a massive problem. The workshop with this storage being open, both doors being open, it is a problem, so I don't know what we're going to do with that. Anyway, Visitation. Let me go to visitor table and start placing them. I think I planned them out to something like this, or was it straight on the door? I think it was something like that, which is enough room, I guess, for everybody. Although, to be fair, we could probably do that. We could probably do that, couldn't we? That'd be a bit better all the way to the end. And how many are we going to get there? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Is that 2, 4, 6, 8? So we get 16 in there maximum. That's not too bad. That'll do us nicely. So let me just go back to visitor table and actually put them all in. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 8. Actually, you know what? It wants to be the other way around. Spin them round. It wants to be that way ideally because... Oh, does it? No, it wants to be that... Oh, looks like you can't spin them round. Looks like they are in one way anyway, so... Oh, well. They're going in this way, regardless of what I think. They're going in that way, and insufficient funds to buy anything else, but that's okay. So anyway, let me just check my deployment for a moment. We can go to staff only, make sure that's all staff only, that's fine. Yeah, that looks okay. Let me just go to my utilities and small pipe, and just put a small pipe there. For some reason it's shouting about water. Yep, and putting the small pipe in should resolve that issue. Our danger level is 12, or 11 prisoners say they're well treated, 2 have serious complaints, 11 are suppressed. We have a couple of people leaving, but not a big problem. We're down to 43 of 44, so actually we can open up our prisoner intake for low risk. For now, I'll probably open up the normal and high risk later on in this episode when we start building this other cell block, which you can probably do now because we've just about got money. There we go, there's the money. So all the money coming in, and that's all the money in. So we can now build this other cell block, which is cost us 4,000 plus doors, and we can start building that. Obviously, these top bits here, this other shower, this holding cell, common room, and the solitary area is going to be pretty much a carbon copy of this here. Obviously, these are not complete. I need to expand them. Although to be fair, the common room is far too large, far too large. It should be a lot smaller because well, we just don't need it as big as this. If I'm lying on the bottom with pool tables and all the centre with phone booths, I'm well overdoing it. So what I might do is actually split it in two and have a bigger holding cell, or maybe a bit of workshop. I don't know yet. I don't know. Please post in the comments, and maybe I'll take your suggestions, go from there. Most of the things I do are coming from that suggestion box anyway, so, or comments box, should I say. Suggestion box. It's pretty much the same thing, really. It is a suggestion box. Right. Let me just put another table in here, just for the sake of completeness. We can't really put one here because of where the storage is, although I could get rid of that large jail door, wall it back up, put another table there, and then put an entrance to the storage. Or they'll have to go through this staff door here, which means they'll have to come around. And they'll always have to come through the kitchen. Not really a problem, actually. Not a big problem. I'll think about that one, actually. I will think about that. But anyway, things from the previous comments. Oh, one thing I need to do as well is to dismantle both of these doors and put in some larger doors. Yeah, a couple of things from the comments about tiling and such, and placing the put the tiles in. Someone said, "Oh, I don't want to do it straight away." Well, the problem with I normally leave it right until the end, and I've promised myself and you, I guess, that I wasn't going to do that. I'm sort of every episode I sort of renege on that agreement where I go, "Oh, I think I'll put something in the common room now," or I think I'll tile the shower, and then never end up doing it. Although I have put the jail doors on now, and I'm doing the solitary doors, so I'm getting there. I'm not doing too bad. We're not doing too bad overall, actually. We haven't had any riots, any fights, etc. We're getting 1,996 generic credits per day, plus about 8,000, 9,000 from the workshop, which is fine. I am actually going to dismantle that storage door there and then block it up, and then we can have another table across. So, yeah. Do I put an entrance here? No, putting an entrance to the power station would not be a good idea. No, let's not do that. How many workers have we got? Let me just check my report and my staff. We can see we got, what, 6 workers? Yes, 6 workers. That's okay. Contraband is... Oh, we got a fair amount of contraband, actually. Fair amount of weapons, tools, narcotics and luxuries. There's a fair big supply for them. There's no demand for weapons, which is fantastic. Fairly amount of tools supply, though, so that could be an issue. The main fence that goes around, the perimeter fence, that's something I need to do, and as of yet I haven't bothered. I really need to get on that, surely. Although at the time of recording we are actually getting not close to the end of this alpha, but we're sort of getting there. Now. I'm going to put this pipe, it's not really a pipe, is it? It's the electrical cable all the way along and all the way around here, so we can power this thing, like so. Spent a lot of money there, but it's all for a good cause, because we will use it eventually. There we go, looks like we're putting all the lights in. Let me just lock open these doors. There we go. And we can also go to my materials and concrete tiles, and concrete tile the lot. All the way to the end there, which I should have done a while ago, because to be fair, they tend to come in this top door here, because I've got metal detectors at the bottom but not at the top, so they tend to come around, because they know that if they're carrying something a bit dodgy, they don't want to get detected. Anyway, let me just check my deployment for a moment. I'm just checking that visitation. Yeah, that visitation's fine. I just want to make sure that was okay. We've removed the door from here, which means I can go to my materials and then brick wall, brick it up, and then we can then go back to our objects, and then table, spin the table around, and shove it there. So we've got a full table, and then the storage and the workshop are now completely separate, which means if they do want to steal anything from the storage, they now have to literally break in. They have to bust through the kitchen and then bust into the storage, which, to be fair, if they're doing that, I've got bigger fish to fry. I was going to say something about something, and I can't remember the context of my words. I don't know what I was going to say. Was it about here? Was it about CCTV? No. Laundry? No. Canteen? No. Kitchen? I don't know. I simply can't remember. First time that has happened before. I normally go off to a different I normally go onto a different subject and then move back to the one I was talking about, but I've never just completely forgot what I was going to discuss. Oh well. Anyway, shower time. It is time for... Oh, here we go. Look, I'm all coming out and head straight into the shower. There's been a couple of comments about the shower, about it not being efficient. Well, yeah, I know, but the entire prison isn't efficient, really. I mean, how many are we going to hold? 80-odd prisoners? Nearly 100 prisoners, I think. And with the holding cell, it's going to be a lot of prisoners we can hold. But it's not exactly the most efficient thing in the world, is it? But it does the job. Right, one thing I need to do, as I said, is this perimeter wall, but I'm trying to think how expensive it would be, and where to put it first. I mean, really here. This is ideally the place I need to put it first, and the problem with putting it in now is because as I've got prisoners, I need to demolish this to build the perimeter wall, which means as soon as I demolish a bit, they're going to go for freedom. So I'm going to have to probably close that door and then section this bit off here, and then cut that bit off there and then put that in there and then undo this bit and then put a big lump of fence over there and then build this bit. Oh, it's going to be a massive pain. I wish I did beforehand. Oh well. I'll have to put up with it, I guess. And looks like the workers are still putting this this stuff in. They're still putting the path in. They've still got this to do. Good grief. You know what? Let me just hire a couple more workmen. It's not the most efficient ever, but we need to do it. And let me speed the time up, because I need to get it done, because it's going to be work time in a bit. Work time is at 11 o'clock, I believe. Let me just click on my regime. Yes, it's 11 o'clock it starts, so we haven't got long. We need to get in all of these... we need to get in all of the pavement, all of the electrical cable, all of these... Well, this door... this wall, this table, and then make sure the workshop's actually signed as a workshop. This guard needs to get off his ass and actually open the door. He seems to do it now and again, but you know. I'm guessing these doors here need to be done. Yeah, they are. You know, I've registered. They're registered to be put in. They're planned, but yeah, still taking a while. Probably that guy there's going to do it. Actually, I'll force the door open for him. He's going to do it, is he? No, he's going to pick up the old door. Oh, well. Thanks for that, mate. I also need to put in some sort of metal detector system here, because they tend to go out the top here instead of going down through that metal detector. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to lock that shut. See what happens now, because they're going to have to go through here. Yeah, then there's going to be some questions raised when it bleeps when they go through. Although it didn't bleep when he went through because the delay. Oh, well. How we're getting on? Looks like they're building it okay. They're getting alright. Why have we just bought more food trays? Probably because more prisoners have turned up. Yeah. More prisoners have turned up. There they are there. Let me just keep forcing these doors open for them. Come on. Speed. Speed is the key. We got 49 prisoners of 44. Obviously, we can hold more than it really assumes there because we have got a holding cell, which is quite efficient. I am actually going to close my prisoner intake on the low risk, however... There's a guy being released. We got another guy being released as well. So, to be honest, we could probably open up the intake in a moment anyway. They finally put that wall in, so I can go to deployment, staff only, and make sure the storage is staff only. Them two bits are staff only, that's fine. Go to jobs, and just mash the workshop until my finger bleeds. There we go, that's done. Laundry is maxed out. These are maxed out. Everything's maxed out for jobs, really, and that's fantastic. Job done. We can also, like I say, think about making half of this common room maybe something else. I mean, I don't know what. It doesn't really need to be that big, that's the problem. I could make it another little bit of a cell, but nah, it sort of goes against the plan, doesn't it? Ah, well. We'll see. We'll go to that if we have time. How much is this perimeter wall? It's 200 a square, but in my... I believe it's not 200 a square. I believe it is actually 150 a square. No, it is 200 a square. Okay, fine. It used to be 150 until the hot fixed it, I believe, so... Yes. Anyway, we have 2,783 generic credits. Obviously, 1,000 of that or so will be used to buy metal for this area here. So, something we need to, you know, just take into account when we're spending. So, we got a little bit of money to spend. I am probably going to extend the common room just slightly by adding... Actually, no, let's not do that. We don't need it expanded. Let me just go to my... materials and brick wall and actually break up probably half of these cells ready to actually build them in a moment's time. Let me build them up to probably about there. I probably overspent already. Yes, I have overspent. I've now got 500. Oh well. I've overdone that once again. I always underestimate the price of them brick walls. It's because they're like what, 50 a square? So it really gets expensive quick. 503 generic credits. I think we should be alright for this work day. I think we should be okay. Today's beverage is water, and a lot of water, excuse me. Oh yes, lovely beverage. Right, so we got a lot of metal coming off the trucks, and a lot of workmen just putting walls in, which is why they haven't moved it off said trucks. We have 5 out of 10 staff stationed. I really do need to put someone in that visitation, don't I? Let me just check my deployment for a moment. Patrols, we've got one there, one there, one there, one there, one there. So we need someone in the visitation, which is just going to be that, really. That is fine. We'll assign someone there. So now we have 4 guards that are unstationed. Which is fine. They can, you know, wander around, do all the things that need to be done. Oh, I've just remembered what I was going to talk about. There's been a lot of comments about this not being a sort of totalitarian prison, a really harsh dystopian type. You get shoved in solitary for even just the most minor thing. And there's a couple of reasons for that. Firstly, it's not entirely possible, at least in my opinion, to do it. You can see that I've got this regime here. These escape attempts, well, just these can go up to 24, I believe. Yeah, they can go up to 24. Let me just bring that down to the 6 hours it was. But it doesn't really seem to like any more than 6 hours. After 6 hours, it becomes not pointless, but there's a massive... But let's just say it doesn't work properly, okay? When it gets to after 6 hours, it's really sort of pointless holding them in there anymore. They're already as suppressed as they're going to be. And it doesn't really... All it really does is keep the suppression at that level. It doesn't really increase it any further, at least in my experience anyway. I could be wrong about this. I am totally willing to admit any mistake or any, any falsehood with that. But... as far as my experience goes, there's not really much point in having more than 6 hours. And also, if you have a prison like this size, I could, for example, get rid of... I've tried it out where I don't have a canteen, I don't have a kitchen, I don't have a common room, I don't even have a shower. None of the needs are looked after, right? And just put them on 24-hour work days. It is possible, actually. I've successfully done it with a couple of tests and looking at a couple of tutorials and other people's way of doing it, and it is actually possible. However, what tends to happen is that if you have, say, like I've got 40-odd prisoners, about 10 or so will riot at the same time. This is a low risk, by the way. I haven't tried this on high risk, certainly not. So they will start rioting, then they get taken to the solitary for 24, which means other people won't really necessarily riot, but then they will riot the next day. So you always get a riot going every 12 to 24 hours, which means you then have to put them in here. But then you get a constant stream of rioting, which is a bit of a problem because you're never totally efficient and things are always broken, which isn't really how I want to run it. I wanted to run it where it is a really, really oppressive thing where you don't want to even think about writing, so you can get fed, you can go to the common room, you can do these things. If you even complain about it, bang, 24 hours. You know, that's the sort of thing I want to do. It's like you're not allowed to complain. A very, very harsh way of doing it. A very sort of communist view, could you say? I don't know if that would be the right term, or even the politically correct term, I guess. But something like, you will not complain, the system is fine, everything is fine. Not like, may I make a suggestion? No, you may not, you go to solitary for 12 hours. That's the sort of system that I wouldn't mind actually doing, because I think it's got an interesting spin on it, but not necessarily you're able to do that yet. Oh, looks like we found some contraband. We found a spoon on someone in the kitchen. No shit! Really? We found a spoon and someone in the kitchen! Oh my god! Oh, and apparently the person that had a spoon had a hammer in his cell and was digging a tunnel! Well then. That's why this policy system is quite useful now, because I found something on him, which meant I searched him and his cell and found more stuff. Fair enough. Let me go to materials and remove tunnel, and can't afford it. Oh well. Well then, let me just... I was going to say speed up, but it already is max speed. Yes, I can't afford to get rid of his tunnels. Crap. Oh well, I'm going to do a full search tonight anyway. As soon as I get a bit of money, I'm going to do a full search of the entire facility. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Right, come on, run over. Run over to 12 o'clock, and then I can get rid of these tunnels. And then search and find loads more tunnels. Alright? Cool. Here we go. There we go. So, there's some money in. I've got 12,737 generic credits. I'm going to go to my... I'm just going to pause it for a second, actually, and go... No, I can't really pause it. Go to staff. No. Deployment. I'll get there in the end. Patrols. Unassign people from there. There. There we go, and leave that guy searching there, and we'll do full shakedown. There we go. So we're going to search 143 places. Fantastic. I am then going to go to my materials and brick wall, and then brick wall. All of this because it's something I should have done a long time ago, even though it's technically... Some people would class it as a waste of money because I don't need to do it. It's definitely in the plan, so I need to get it done at some point. May as well do it now. There we go, that's all that planned off. I can also, I was going to say dismantle these cell doors and put, these doors and put in some proper doors, but not just yet because I have a feeling that's going to get busy. So we'll leave that for now. I probably need to expand the canteen as well, but we'll leave it for now as well. I'm going to go to foundations, building, and put in... How much is it going to cost to get all of this building done all the way around here? It's going to cost a lot of money, isn't it? Well, there's 4 grand for that bit there, so... 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 7 grand. It's a lot of money when I could be getting more prisoners, but I really need to get this shower up and running as a minimum before I put people in this cell block. So what I'm going to do is go to objects table and put in that table there, and then put in the benches as well, like so, and there, we're done. And then obviously I can put in the tables around here as well. Someone said spinning them around would be a more efficient way, and I think they're right, because I could get 3, and then 3, and then 3, and then I couldn't get them in there anyway. It would be sort of 3 by 3 by 3, and then 3 by 3 by 3, and I think they were lying. I think the way I've got it is the most efficient. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whereas I could get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or maybe I could get one more doing it the other way. But you know, we'll see. We shall see. I probably need to I do need to rearrange this to have it, well, closer for a start. That would be nice if I actually made it closer. Like, for example, if I did them, and then that, and then that. That will be a lot better. In fact, that would probably almost be the ideal design. That is the ideal design, really, isn't it? And then the same down there, so it'll be 3 by... Cancel that. 3 by 3 by 3. Same over here, 3 by 3. Well, 3 by 4, 3 by 4, 3 by 4. There we go, that's done. Then we've got this centre bit that we can't really do anything about. I was still going to have the phone booths in, and I'll probably put 2 phone booths there and 2 at the end. That'll probably do. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. I'm going to leave the planning there because I think that'll be good. Right, so, danger level. 23 prisoners say they've been unnecessarily searched recently. 1 prisoner say they have serious complaints. 5 say they're well treated. 7 prisoners are suppressed and compliant. We have found so far 8 counts of spoon, 1 unit of booze, 2 units of poison, 2 units of cigarettes, 2 units of saws, 1 set of jail keys, 1 mobile phone, 1 screwdriver, 3 sets of drugs, 2 hammers, and a drill in a pear tree. If I just go to my contraband, we can see they are found all the way around here, and they've been nicked and brought in. Yeah, as always, as expected. God, look at this guy. He's stockpiling booze, spoon, and the drugs. He's stockpiling everything. What about ooh, was that a noise over here about... I thought that was some guard kicking off. No. What about tunnels? Have we found any tunnels? Haven't found any tunnels yet. Let me just go materials, remove tunnels, and do this. No, we haven't found any tunnels yet. They're not tunneling out. Totally surprised at that. Danger level is low and increasing. Increasing dramatically as well. Let me go to objects CC... There we go, there's a tunnel. CCTV monitor. How much does it cost? $1,000? $1,000! $1,000! It's a lot of money. Let me put CCTV monitor in there and there. And we shall start thinking about how we're going to man these CCTV cameras, and more importantly, where we're going to put the... man the CCTV units, the monitors, and where we're going to put the cameras. I could probably get 1, 2, 3, 4 banks of stuff in there. There we go, full search, full shakedown done, so we're doing alright. We have 47 of 43 prisoners, so we're not going to receive any more. 15 are awaiting solitary confinement. Lovely. How many can actually how many can actually put in? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22 overall, so that's okay. I think we worked it out. It can be probably put about half of the prisoners actually in solitary. I think we worked it out at, so yeah. I don't think we'll ever need that. Although, to be fair, we're going to get low, medium, and high risk prisoners eventually. So, Yeah, we might need it. Might need it eventually. Anyway, I've just put some metal detectors in. Let me just speed it up. Just up the top here because it's something we are definitely going to need. And I will just increase the electrical cable along so we can actually power it up. We now have 4,837 generic credits. Also, this is not powered up, which is something to be expected. Let me just drag the power down to about there. Also, this isn't powered up. We'll do that. And that should hopefully power up the warden's office, because currently it's all dark. Yes, great. Let me just go to my deployment and staff only. Make sure all of these are staff only, like so. It all needs to be staff only. As we can see, we have a fair amount of people in solitary here. Yes. They're all sitting around, not doing much. We have 15 prisoners compliant. There's been deterrence. There we go. Look, deterrent. 2 prisoners. 2 punishments have been handed down recently, so a couple of them are a bit unhappy. Or so less willing to cause violence, I would hope anyway, or cause any sort of problem for the prison. 28 prisoners say they're well treated, so we're generally doing okay. Can we feed all of the prisoners? Are we doing okay? Looks like there's food enough at the top and bottom. I think we're doing alright with that, and looks like they're using the phone booth. Incidentally, someone told me about the canteen, and the canteen is one of the most universal things in the game, buildings in the game, just like the yard, whereas in the canteen you can put I believe you can put workbenches, and you can put TVs and all sorts, and as soon as they come here they will actually use it. So the canteen is really the most efficient place in the entire prison, because when they turn up they'll eat, and they can also use phones like they are using now, and they can also you know, watch TV, etc, etc. It would be a good idea to put things like televisions. Oh, looks like that's going off again. Could be a bogus result, but we'll see. It would be a good idea to put things like TVs and phone booths, not necessarily workbenches, in the canteen, because that's the sort of thing you would expect in a canteen, really. I mean, at least in my idea, anyway. They're flashing because they have no one viewing in the zone. That's fine. I don't want to have anyone yet. I'm going to dismantle these doors here, because we need to put in some proper solitary doors, and then we can get on with actually building probably this bit up the top. And let me just go to my patrols and assign someone back to these patrol points here. That's one of the things that I really will look forward to when I can actually get this CCTV up and running. I probably don't need to put all these people around. In fact, why don't I do it now? Because it would be beneficial, wouldn't it? Let me just go to my objects and go to my CCTV cameras. I'm actually going to dismantle these 2 bins, because that's where I'm going to put my cameras. Probably the best place to put the camera, actually. Although, to be fair, it would only scan up to here. No, I think that'll be okay. I think that should be fine. We don't necessarily need the bins there anyway, so it was more of a case of we got a bit of room, I'll put them there. Let me just put the cameras in there and spin it around and put one in there. I also need to go to my deployment, patrols, put someone there and assign someone. There we go, that's all fine. We can also go to my object CCTV, put a CCTV camera in there, looking down. I don't think it'll get all the way to the bottom, but should be enough. Laundry is also a bit suspect. We need to sort the laundry out. In fact, I want the camera about there. Or do I want it there? There might be not a bad idea. Cleaning cupboard as well is something I need to put it there as well. I need to put one in the workshop. There's loads of places I need to put these cameras, really. It's a shame you have to put them like in their own separate bit. You can't just put them like on the wall or something. That's a bit annoying. Visitation is certainly some place I want to put it. I'm going to put one there and put one there. And that's 4 cameras overall. We have 3,558 generic credits. And yeah, more than enough doors in there to really do anything with. Let me just go to my solitary door and shove a solitary door in these 2 cells, because obviously I have just taken the normal door off. We've almost done this one here. Looks like we've got these up and running, and I need to go to deployment and patrols and unassign someone from there. Get rid of all the deployment there entirely. Visitation is also the same. I don't need anyone there anymore, or at least I hope I don't. I mean, I'm going to have to remove someone from there anyway, just to make sure that everything is okay, because otherwise I won't see. Looks like these cameras work fine. They go up to there, which is more than enough. To be fair, I probably still want someone going in the canteen. I think I want a presence in the canteen, but the presence will be limited to that. I think that'll do me. That should be fine. This seems to be... Oh, I was going to say that seems to be okay, but that's only because... Well, I guess it is okay, but only because there's been people in and out like this guard constantly, so, you know, we're okay. We've got a lot of people working, which looks okay. We have 2,294 generic credits, which I think I will spend on going to my materials and my concrete tiles and putting some concrete tiles in like so, and probably doing that. Yeah, that will do me for now, I believe. 2,000 generic credits left. I could put some more cameras somewhere, but the question is, where do I want to put some cameras? Ideally, I want a camera there and probably there. In fact, there, and there. 4 cameras will probably be the best option in the workshop. Although, do I always want a presence in the workshop? Probably. So there's no point in putting cameras in places where I'm not going to have a presence. A common room is certainly a place where I should put a camera. Let me do that now. We'll put one in there, I think. Put one in at both sides, I think, which will be actually more cameras that I can actually use. So I might as well buy another CCTV monitor, like so. We now have 350 generic credits I've spent out. Oh well. But at least we got the CCTV plumbed in and all built. At least I've got that done. And the prison is getting clean, which I'm glad to see. What's that guy there for? He is a Scot, prisoner to solitary. Oh well. Let me just go materials and remove tunnels and just do that, because it's something I didn't do the other day. Or the other night when I did the search, which, oh, this morning I guess it would be. So yeah, then we can fix that one. We have 154 generic credits, and we've just bought our last pile of sheet metal, which means we're about right. We're about done. Yes, that's okay. I think we're going to have another day of work before we end this episode. Why not? I think we're doing alright, and everything seems to be running smoothly and nice pace and whatnot. Looks like the cameras are in here and working well, and they just scan up to where I want them to. Fantastic. I'm not going to do any solitary in the shower because that would be probably illegal. Also, we got probably enough cameras for now. I need to put cameras in this area here, in the cells, but I don't know where. In fact, do I want cameras in the cells? I think I'm leaning on the side of having patrols, but I don't know why. I think I just like the idea of people patrolling there. I mentioned before, I don't know if I've mentioned in a video before, but I mentioned on the Prison-Arcitect subreddit before about having cameras, say for example, I have mentioned it before, where say for example if cameras could see doors, you could have an automated door system where they could open, and have like a prison that is just staffed in one position, like for example a Supermax prison where you would hardly ever send guards into the actual cell blocks. It would all be controlled remotely. So for example, like door this off, and all of this area here would be controlled just via remote, and the only reason you'd go in there is if there was a problem. That would be a good idea, but currently it's not really possible. But I like the idea. Currently, though, not really going to bother with it because, well, I think I like the idea of a guard walking up and down. It's very oppressive, isn't it? It goes with this idea of the sort of dystopian, very harsh, oppressive prison. Actually, to be fair, what I might do is put cameras and guards, because then that fits in with the with the style more than anything else. Let me go to... I'm just thinking what I'm going to build after this. I need to dismantle that table for a start. Mainly because I don't need it, right? Dismantle that table. I was going to move it up and then put a camera there, but we don't really need it. As far as I can see, we've got one does the job. Fine. It's only for where you can store a couple of things anyway. So I haven't even got the funds for a camera. Oh, that's a shame. Ideally, the best place for a camera would be there and there, wouldn't it? Because then that would look down at the laundry anyway, because there's currently a glitch where the cameras see through the walls, which I don't really want to exploit. But I'm going to put them in there and there for now. We have 12,084 generic credits, which is enough to probably build all of this down here. Now, the question is, do I want to build all of this area around there? What I want to do first is go to my probably go to objects. And just before I do that, check my bit over here, and actually let me go to my utilities, capacitor, put a capacitor in there, and then go to objects, metal detector, And put a metal detector in there, and then go right up to the top and put one in there and there. So we've got metal detectors in the doors now. And will that do? Yeah, that'll work because they'll go through there. I don't think they can go around that little gap. I don't think they can. I think it's just if they pass through that square. So there we go. There's the metal detector put in. Will that be wired up automatically? It should be, yes. So there's the metal detectors put in. 6,084 generic credits. What else can I put in? I might as well go to Objects, CCTV monitor, put one there. Go to my CCTV camera and put in one. Visitation's fine. Definitely want to put one in there and then spin around and put one in there. Actually, you know what? I probably want 4 in that workshop and really keep an eye on these people. It's probably a little bit redundant. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go with a full-on you are getting watched, Big Brother is watching you type prison. Let me just dismantle these 2 sets of doors. Actually, yeah. Let me dismantle just 2 sets of doors there. And I think that will be okay. Yeah, that's fine. Let me go to my materials and perimeter wall. I really need to start putting some perimeter walls in at some point. Yeah, when am I going to put these perimeter walls in? I don't think that day will ever come, to be honest with you. Let me go back to my materials, go to concrete tiles and bring the concrete tiles up to there. And then go probably all the way along to the end of there, and then back down to there. That's spent a fair amount of money, but it should be enough. Let me go to my power cable and make sure the power cable runs down, and then into here, like so. There we go, and then we're almost spent up 2,774. I don't really want to spend any more than I'll spend up, so I've got 1,000 left. Small pipe we will then run in straight to the bottom like so, ready to plumb the rest in. 2,708, and probably start thinking about this area, but not build it yet. I've actually got more cameras that I can actually use. I don't know what happens then. Oh, it just picks one to D-man, I guess it would be classed as, which is that one there. Looks like we've got a lot of CCTV in here. Objects and solitary door. Put in a solitary door there, and then we've got 1,700. And I think that will do for the building today, because I want to start saving up a little bit more money to start building this area here. This is the top area with solitary and the extra shower, holding cell, and common rooms. So I think that will do us for now. Not bad at all. So we have got in this area built. We've got the metal detectors put in here and in the workshop, more than I thought I would. CCTV monitors plumbed in. Well, actually built and put in. We got 4 of them. I didn't think I'd actually get them done, even though I was sort of going to... I promised last episode that I was going to do it, but I didn't think we'd get it done, but we have. Laundry expanded by putting another washing machine in. Probably need to think about finishing off this canteen, or at least altering it, but I need to do that in a night where they're not trying to run in and eat. But yeah, overall not bad. So next episode we will build this solitary area here, common room, shower, holding cell, and then we are really on the home straight. Probably a couple of episodes to do these 2 bits, and then a final one to do the finishing touches. So we're on episode 7 now. I reckon we'll get to episode 10. I would think where we... Yeah, I think episode 10 would do us. I think that's about where we are aiming for. At least that's the plan. We shall see what happens there. So, as always, comments in the comments. Thank you very, very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.